Well, thank you, Ira. I'm Dr. Yael Benvenisti, and I'm very happy that this is my spot because my presentation is a summary of epigenetics, longevity financing, planning, and insurance, because the connection for insurance is that they are predicting life and health of one that is doing the insurance, and they need all this data in order to make the insurance more correct. So I come from InsurTech Israel, which is a company dealing with technologies for insurance companies. And I will talk about climate change, epigenetics, and human health. While some of the previous presentations have provided insights into the cellular mechanism of aging and age-related diseases, and some about how our behavior affects aging, I would like to take a step back and zoom out, and I would like to explore how the ever-changing environmental landscape, especially climate change, is influencing our genetic expressions. Because by focusing on environmental factors, we can gain a more holistic understanding of epigenetics. So as you know, climate change is a complex issue. This slide provides a brief overview of some of the key impacts of climate change. We see a rising global temperature, extreme weather events, sea level rise, ocean acidification, air pollution, and food insecurity. These changes are not just affecting our environment, these are also affecting our bodies and our genes. You can see in the graphs that the global warming and the severe storm count in the United States, and you can see that both of them are increasing. Now, just in one slide, I would like to describe epigenetics. Epigenetics is the study of how environmental factors and behavior can cause changes to gene expressions without altering the underlying DNA sequence. These changes can be passed down to the next generation, and this is very important because it will not just influence us, it will influence our next generation. Understanding the link between climate change, epigenetics, and human health is crucial for developing effective strategies to protect our health, well-being, and aging. Now, in this slide, I would like to talk about the connection between climate and epigenetics. Let's start with extreme heat. Extreme heat can trigger a stress response in our bodies, known as heat shock response. This response involves the complex network of molecular signals that help a cellular cope with the increased stress. One way this stress response can affect our genes is through changes in DNA methylation that the previous presentation talked about. DNA methylation is the process that involves adding a methyl group to DNA, which can silence gene expressions. Another way heat stress can influence gene expression is through histone modification. Histones are proteins that DNA wrap around to form chromatin. Modification to histones can also influence gene expression. These epigenetic changes caused by heat stress can have long-term effect on our health. For example, they may contribute to development of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease and neurodegenerative disorders. Air pollution. Air pollution, particularly exposed to fine particles matters, can induce oxidative stress in our cells. This oxidative stress can damage DNA and alter epigenetic marks, such as, again, DNA methylation and histone modifications. These epigenetic changes can lead to changes in gene expression, increasing the risk of developing various health problems, including respiratory disease like asthma, COPD, and lung cancer, cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson, and dementia, and other kinds of cancer. It is important to note that this effect of air pollution on epigenetics can be long-lasting and may impact future generations. Now, next, let's talk about the exposure to UV radiation, most of the time from sunlight. This can damage DNA and trigger cellular stress response in the same way. These epigenetic changes can have a variety of health consequences, including skin cancer, premature aging, and immune system dysfunction. Another connection between climate and epigenetics is nutrition. Extreme weather events such as droughts, floods, and heat waves can disrupt agriculture and reduce crop yield. This can lead to food shortage and increased food price, making it difficult for many people to access healthy and diverse diets. Furthermore, climate change can alter the nutritional content of crops. For example, higher level of CO2 in the atmosphere can reduce the protein and mineral content in some crops. And of course, this will affect our health and sensitivity to aging disease. The last connection I would like to talk about is the hormone change. While the direct impact of climate changes on hormone levels is less studied compared to the effect on other systems, there is some potential for indirect mechanism. For example, climate-related stressors such as extreme weather events can trigger the body's stress response, leading to increased level of stress hormones like cortisol. Cortisol can influence this, again, DNA methylation. As mentioned earlier, climate change can affect food production and availability. Nutrient dysfunction, particularly in essential vitamins and minerals, can disrupt hormone balance. So you can see that this cycle between the external and the internal environment is crucial. Epigenetic changes influenced by environmental factors can significantly affect lifespan in humans. Now let's talk a little bit about how. The first likelihood is by one to have a disease. Exposure to environmental toxins and stressors can trigger epigenetic changes that increase our risk of developing diseases like cancer, heart disease, and neurodegenerative disorders, ultimately reducing lifespan. Second, epigenetic changes can accelerate cellular aging, leading to premature senescence and functional decline. Third, environmental factors can disrupt metabolic processes through epigenetic mechanism, leading to obesity, diabetes, and other metabolic disorders. About stress, we talked before, but last I need to mention that climate also affects our lifestyle choices, like diet and exercise, and as we all know, these two are affecting our lifespan. A very interesting research I would like to present is about the city renovation that can significantly impact the local climate that will impact cardiovascular disease rate. This is a phenomenon called Iceland effect. Densely built urban areas tend to be hotter. This is because the asphalt absorbs the heat, trapping it and releasing it slowly. Higher temperature can lead to heat-related illnesses, dehydration, and increased blood pressure, all of which can contribute to cardiovascular risk. Another effect of high building is on the wind. Tall buildings can disrupt natural wind patterns, leading to increased pollution levels. Exposure to pollution can damage blood vessels, increase inflammation, and contribute to heart disease and aging. And there was a previous presentation about our immune system, and always there is a talk about what is before what. Is it the immune system that will influence people after the climate change, after there is a climate change, or the climate change will influence the immune system, and then the person will get more sick. Now, this was the problem, and I would like to present 3 technological companies that are trying to give a solution. The first one is Enmotion. Enmotion is a company who developed a global climate modeling solution designed to prepare users for future extreme climate events while also explaining potential outcome scenarios. If you remember, in the United Arab Emirates was a massive flood last year. The company saw it 6 months earlier. This company can predict climate changes in different regions of the world and allow to prepare and expect for the damage. The second company has more local solution. Brizometer is using wearable devices and a home sensor to monitor exposure to pollutants, stress, and other environmental factors that will affect our health. And I would like to show you a short video.
Traffic, weather, and local emissions mean air pollution levels can change quickly throughout the day. Exposure to that kind of pollution can cause a range of short and long-term health problems. With access to localized air quality information, people can make healthier decisions about the air they breathe. Brizometer provides the world's most accurate location-based air quality data, making air quality as simple to read as a weather report, and even simpler to integrate into products using the Brizometer API. So, how does it work? Brizometer uses air pollution data from government sensors and layers it with wind, weather, and traffic dynamics, as well as satellite readings. Next, Brizometer uses proprietary dispersion algorithms and machine learning techniques to predict ambient air quality readings down to the city block level. And it's precise. Using the leave one out cross-validation method, Brisometer calculates a predictive measurement for a specific location, then compares it to readings from an active air sensor in the same spot, ensuring precision through repeated statistical testing. Brisometer's API offers unseen features to be integrated into products such as air quality forecasting, pollution heat maps, historical air reports and analysis, actionable health recommendations, and real-time notifications. Industries can use real-time data to power air-aware products that engage users and help them lead healthier lives. So everyone can use big data to make better decisions and breathe a little easier with Brisometer.
Now, the third company is Genomics. This company specializes in at-home genetic testing that can predict predisposition to diseases like heart disease and cancer and so on using a saliva sample. Early detection and simple testing can help individuals take preventive measures to avoid illness. A study found that if heart disease screening were conducted using genetic testing in middle-aged population, genetic changes requiring intervention would be found in 8% of those tested. This is a huge portion of the population. So, in conclusion, to prevent age-related disease, we must consider the impact of both our immediate and global environment. It's clear that even if we can develop medication or make cellular intervention without understanding and addressing external influences on the body, we will not achieve lasting changes. Thank you.